So we're on the second makeup assignment. This is the second one. I'm gonna be looking at number 12, and the main reason I'm looking at number 12 is because you're gonna have to do what we did in the previous video. I'm gonna be looking at all three of my numbers in my trinomial. So I'm looking at 6, 15, and 9. And all of them are divisible by 3. So I can go ahead and divide all of them by 3. Okay, so that means I'm gonna be factoring it out. I'm going to be taking out a 3. We're going to start with a 3, and then we're going to go ahead and simplify the trinomial. So 6 divided by 3 is 2n squared. Now 15 divided by 3 is, I don't know why I put 15. That is not true. It's going to be 5, correct? It's going to be 5n. And finally, 9 divided by 3 is just 3, so plus 3. That is how we're going to simplify our trinomial to begin with. Now, unlike the previous one, you're going to notice that I have a number in the front and a number in the back. That means that before I even do my factoring, I'm going to have to do the following. I'm going to grab the number in the front and number in the back. So I'm going to do 2, and then I'm going to multiply with the number in the back. That's going to give me the number I'm actually supposed to be looking factors for. We're looking for factors of 6. And we're going to be doing the table just like on the other video. And I want you to show me the product, meaning what you get whenever you multiply two numbers, and then use the sum whenever you actually add them up. You're going to notice that the product is supposed to be always the same thing. So that one's always going to be the same thing. The one that's actually going to refer is always going to be your sum. So let's figure out what gets me 6. So 6 is going to be 1 times 6, and then 2 times 3. And that's pretty much it. I only have 2 factors or 2 pairs that I can figure out for this one. The following thing that we're going to do is we need to figure out how can I get a negative 5. Okay, due to the fact that my middle one has to be negative, I'm going to go ahead and make that one negative. But also, let's kind of figure this one out a little bit. Let's do the top one just like that. So I have 1 and negative 5, so that gives me negative 6 and then negative 5, right? Because 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. Got to be careful because we need to get a positive 6. Now on the bottom, guess what? I'm going to make them both negative. So, and this is what I'm doing. This is kind of like me doing extra stuff, but on the bottom, I'm going to have positive 6, right? Because 2 negatives here and here, both of them are going to multiply to each other, so it's going to give me a positive 6. But if I add them, guess what? It's going to give me negative 5. And you have to be very careful whenever you do problems like this. I've made the mistake before. Both of them give me a negative 5. But when I multiply them, I need to get what? A positive 6. And the only pair that does that is going to be this one. This is the only pair that gives me that. So that one's going to be my 2 factors. So let's go ahead and write our 2 factors over here. And this one's going to be slightly longer because we need an extra step once I write my 2 binomials. So it's going to be n minus 2 and n minus 3. Due to the fact that we have a is equal to 2, we're going to, guess what? Divide both of them by a. Okay, we only do this whenever you have a number in the front. You don't have to do it if you don't have a number in the front. In this case, we have a 2 in the front, so we're going to divide by that number. Now, if you can simplify, just go ahead and simplify. So this is the first one I can simplify. So it's just going to be n minus 1. The second one cannot be simplified, meaning that I'm going to grab the 2 and I'm actually going to put it in front of my n. So it's going to be 2n minus 3. And you always do the same thing. If you get a fraction that you can no longer simplify, the denominators is always going to be placed in front of your n whenever you're trying to do your 2 factors or your 2 binomials. And that is my answer. The only thing I'm missing is the 3 that we took out at the beginning. And that's it. That is my answer for this one. That is pretty easy. Okay, so pretty easy. That's all the work that you have to show. for those type of problems.